We just did a tune on John's and stuff. We're gonna see how it goes, and we've got about 2,000 pounds worth of material back there that we picked up for the new shop.
Everything about the run we just made.
All right.
Trailer gonna
Colin's rolling. So repeat what you were just telling me.
When we get basically right now I'm plugged in and we're just logging it. When we get back, we'll be able to. I can plug into the computer and see everything that the truck just did. So if you say, hey, I want an adjustment here, I can see what the truck was actually doing at that point.
Do we have any mud or anything we got to worry about with the
no
coming through here?
No, just a lot of holes and stuff. This is I was telling him my dad bought this property for the buildings, and the hardware part came with it.
It's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all got a lot of buildings with it.
Do you guys own off
no,
of this? So you get this lot right here and back. Okay.
And then that's actually the city's burn pile. My dad's also the mayor, so that's the city's burn pile.
How long have you guys had your business? How long have you been in business doing this?
I've been doing it. I started around 2008, I believe. Then Jimmy stepped in around 2009. And then we actually hired Zach. We moved to this location in 2011, maybe. And then we hired Zach around 2012.
And higher power performance. You guys have a higherpowerperformance.com. So you got your website
and the Facebook.
Higher Power Performance on Facebook as well, which you use more than your website.
Correct, way more than a website.
Okay. Do you guys have a YouTube channel or Instagram or anything yet?
No, we have Instagram, but we don't have a YouTube channel right now.
Okay.
But you should, just so you know. Because y'all guys have a bunch of cool stuff. I know, like, I would watch any tutorial y'all did just because y'all know so much more than us.
Not only that, man, guys that are into this kind of stuff, dudes that are into trucks are into guns.
Right.
And dudes that are into that stuff are into guy stuff. And just you guys talking for, 15 minutes at lunch or whatever, people will watch that.
Right.
Should I go left, right?
Either way, it doesn't really matter.
So we're gathering data so that you can write a tune?
No, we've actually already written.
Okay.
We'll see if there's anything that we want to change.
Cool.
Go from there. If there's anything that needs to be modified or anything like that, we'll make the changes from there.
I feel like
is that turbo coming on a lot faster? It seems like it accelerates a lot better.
Yeah.
The turbo's coming in a lot.
I was gonna say, what was the horsepower boost on that?
Yeah, it really seems like it is.
Probably, I would say we're this would be considered like a 120 horse
Okay.
improvement over factory.
Yeah. Because that's what, like, I know on mine, the Smarty thing, I did the 90 because it was mild and I wasn't real sure about it yet. And
Right.
I know it's one of those deals where you just have to decide what you want to do with it.
Right. Well, the way that I built, the way that this file is set up is, if you're just cruising, everything's normal. You've got a trailer behind you, everything's pretty much normal. You can cruise with the trailer all day long. You can drive, from here to wherever. But when you're on the throttle, you have power. It's not. A lot of trucks are real bad about a lot of tuning, especially in the early days. Smarty was real bad about it in the early days. All of your throttle came in at one particular position in the throttle. It wasn't gradual. Right now your throttle is gradual. Your power comes on. It comes through the map gradually instead of all at once.
Did it feel like it's pulling a lot better than it was when you drove in?
Man, I wasn't really on it driving in, but it's pulling better right now than it pulls without the bed full of stuff and without the trailer.
Yeah, before you had it done. Because I noticed you had a slow get up before, and I told you, I was like, man, yeah, I was like, mine was doing the same thing until they tuned it a little bit and it changed everything.
Yeah, you're right, man. There's a huge difference. We got a lot of weight on right now.
Yeah.
Several thousand.
I noticed.
This isn't. I was showing this is really what I would consider one of our street tunes or something, even in one of the newer trucks. This is about where I would take it.
Mile tune.
Yes, sir.
So we'll do. So the next step is torque converter and input shaft.
Valve body.
Valve body.
You can do an input shaft, he said, with it if you really want to go some heavy horsepower.
Basically, input shaft really comes into play on a 48 RE. Input shaft comes in somewhere around 600 horsepower. If you're going to be doing any type of boosted launch or anything like that, that's where you would want to consider input shaft. We have trucks that are running in the 6s in the quarter. I mean in the 8, not the quarter. I'm sorry, in the 8. With transmissions that we've built from the ground up, and no issues at all.
That's awesome.
The transmission that's in my 06 that we were looking at, that transmission was in there from 08 until this past year, and we broke billet intermediate shaft on a boosted launch, and we ended up just putting everything new in it again. Because it'll last, 6 years. I can't complain at that horsepower lines.
Oh yeah.
We got
The millions upon millions of dollars in combines.
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll turn around in the school parking lot. You glad you went for the mega cab? Extra room in the back?
I'm glad he did it.
Honestly, dude, it's really nice back here.
We have so many razors that we need a big trailer. And for a big trailer, we needed a gooseneck, so I needed something that would pull a gooseneck.
Right.
Buddy had this truck, said, hey, I got a perfect truck. I bought it, didn't know what I was buying, had no idea what a mega cab was. We started looking at all of it. I'm very glad we got this truck. Yeah, having that extra room back there, huge. Like, it's filled up now.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna put a box on the back. We're gonna put some toolboxes under in front of the wheel.
Right.
And get some modular bedsides and stuff that we can take on, take off as we need to.
Right.
But yeah, I love it. I like driving it better than I like driving the Excursion. And we're about to build the Excursion.
Right.
Do the ARP head bolts and the EGR to lead. And put a bunch of stuff on it. The interior is real sparse in the Dodge compared to the Ford. I like the Ford. I like having a cup holders up here instead of down here. This is terrible.
Right.
And that was the big deal that Hicks was talking about, because he drove the Ford.
Yeah.
That was one of his major things. He said the interiors are totally different. He said if you're impartial to it, it won't matter to you. If you've never ridden with one or you've only ridden with one, the other one will be a really big change.
I think Chevy GMC's got the best interior, and then Ford. I think Dodge has the worst interior. I like all the flat surfaces on the Dodge, because I can put mounting plates for switches and stuff all over the place. You can put all your light controls and everything anywhere you want them.
Right.
You can make it like a UFO, just like you want.
Right. We're gonna pull this head unit out of here. We're gonna put that Pioneer in-dash GPS system, the same one that's in the Excursion. We're gonna redo all the speakers. We're gonna put a powered amp and the bass. It's a combination unit. I think kicker that we have in the other truck we're gonna put under the back seat. Other than that, just lights and exterior stuff. But yeah, the truck's awesome, man.
It sounds different even than when I've ridden in it, and it feels different.
I like that utility bed too. I'm seriously thinking about taking the bed off of the Super Duty and putting a utility bed on that as well.
Right.
That bed really has come in handy for loading stuff up because you don't have high walls to throw stuff over. It's perfect for all the stuff that we do as far as unloading and loading stuff on it.
We're gonna make some aluminum side rails.
Right.
Some removable ones. Yeah, that's cool.
Get some toolboxes we can take off, just pull the pin, lift them up with the tractor or whatever. No, the other one.
The turbo spooling up.
Oh, okay.
It's louder than it was.
Yeah.
We're allowing it to be a little bit boost now. There's a limit we can hit with these chargers. These are great little chargers, believe it or not. Even though they're small, they're real dependable. Some of the aftermarket chargers, even though they're great, they just don't last. We've got customers with 500,000 miles of trucks and factory turbos still in place, no problem.
So what's the deal? You look in the magazines, you see all these awesome, like billet aluminum impellers and shit. But you don't see any of that, right? When it's put in, you can't see any of it.
Right, you can't see any of it.
God, it looks so good. I want to make coasters or something out of it.
Yeah, the billet aluminum, the big advantage most of the time is that, well, in some cases it's lighter. Sometimes the cast is lighter. It's more of a height thing, to be honest with you. In my opinion, it's more height. The charger for my 14 right now is it's a cast wheel. I had the option to go billet or cast. The billet is stronger, but the only way stronger matters is if something goes through it. You know, if something goes through either one of them, they're junk anyways.
Right.
So, you know, that doesn't matter. But I opted for cast because in that case it's a 72 millimeter, and in that case the cast is actually lighter than the billet aluminum.
Now, do we need to do, I hear about water separators and fuel pumps and coolant filters and...
Coolant filters on the Dodge trucks aren't necessary. It's mainly on the Ford because there's so many different things, especially on 6064s. Their front covers actually separate water and oil, and if that, like even the new 6.7. Oh, just yeah, keep up on. Even the new 6.7 Power Strokes or some of the old 6.4s. The 6.7s, what I'm saying was it basically has a warning that tells you, hey, check basically the life of your coolant. Have your coolant tested. The Ford Play sells test strips because if that coolant basically gets contaminated enough, it will eat a hole through the front cover and mix oil and coolant.
Really?
I'd heard that before. And that's for the Fords, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these, no, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have that. Now, the water separator, the truck has a built-in water separator. It's okay. The factory filters down to, if you're running a Mopar filter, it filters down to 15 microns, I believe. A Baldwin filters to 10 microns in the factory canister. AirDog, which is, you know, what AirDog or Fast, those typically filter down to 2 microns, so it's a lot better filtration. Keeps the life of the injection pump.
So is that something we want to do to this?
Totally up to you. It's not a have to type deal at all.
It's not unreasonable to think.
Right.
Is it something I get to see every day?
You'll see it hanging down, kind of.
I'll knock it off if it's hanging down. We need to tuck it up
Let's
somewhere.
see. You can't
I saw the big one. I saw the big one on the other dude's truck.
On that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Fast. The filters are real big on those. But these two are smaller. These filters are smaller, but it's totally up to you. It's not a have to do thing at all.
Man, I don't mind spending the money to do it.
Right.
If it will improve the reliability
It will.
of the truck.
It will.
So let's put that on the list.
Okay.
Let's do that torque converter,
Valve body. Okay.
valve body, and then any other things you think we should do while we're doing that. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
And you know, we'll bring it up and you know, we'll get it going.
Okay.
And I guess we better fix Colin's truck because I'll never hear the end of it. He won't fix it, so we might as well fix it.
Whatever, man.